Hey friends, welcome back. Welcome back. Notice what's behind me. If you didn't notice it last week, my signs say inhale grace, exhale gratitude. I'm a big breath prayer person. Inhale grace. As you inhale, just say, God, give me grace. And as you exhale, give God a gratitude today. And today, actually, we're talking about drawing near to God. Last week, we talked about drawing near to ourselves. This week, we're talking about drawing near to God, especially in those seasons when He seems quiet. If you've ever prayed and heard nothing, if you've begged God for direction and only felt silence, I get it. There was a long stretch during Zine's illness when God felt far away. I remember laying beside him in a hospital bed late one night. The machines were humming. Maybe I should say beeping. Because haven't you ever been in a hospital waiting room or in a hospital room? What do you hear? Those doggone IV machines beep all the time. But anyway, we'll say humming or beeping. But the important thing about those moments are I felt like I ran out of words. I didn't really have any words to pray other than to ask God if He was even there. Just stillness. I felt frustrated with God. I was mad at God. I didn't want to admit it, but I was mad at God. God, you won't talk to me. God, can you at least give me a scripture to hold on to? Something, God. Nothing. Silence. But y'all, over time, I began to realize something. Silence doesn't always mean absence. Sometimes silence means God is inviting us deeper. God hasn't gone quiet. He's changing how He speaks. Looking back, through healed lenses, looking back, I see how He spoke through people who sat quietly beside me. Through the peace that made no sense. Through a registration nurse that spoke spiritual truths when it could have cost her job. Through a sunset I almost missed because I was too tired to notice. He wasn't gone. God wasn't gone. God was gentle. We often treat silence like punishment, but what if it's an invitation? In the quiet, God invites us to lean in, not to perform, not to do something else, but to rest our weight on Him. When our words stop, when we have nothing left to say, worship doesn't have to stop. Sometimes trust itself is worship. Stillness isn't empty. It's full of His presence. Think of quiet places in Scripture. Did Elijah hear God through the storm? No, Elijah heard God through a whisper. Mary pondered in her heart. That's how she heard God. Jesus, in the garden, He retreated to a lonely place to pray. The stillness wasn't abandonment for any of them. It was a place of alignment, a place of worship. So if you're in a quiet season, maybe the season is where your roots are growing. Waiting is where trust grows roots. Did you get that? Waiting is where trust grows roots. In waiting, faith goes deep, so later hope can stand tall. So instead of rushing to fill the silence this week, what if we simply said, God, even when I can't hear you, I'll trust you're near. If you haven't downloaded the 7-Day Creative Devotional, I'm challenging you to do that. You'll get one each month. So go ahead and do that. It gives you space to slow down, to reflect, and meet God right where you are, even in the quiet. In the comments, those things right below here, I want to hear from you. Where have you noticed God's nearness? maybe even in an unexpected place. From one waiting room to another, keep holding on to hope.